free to ask questions pag may tanong kayo, okay lang naman eh. Para mas maganda kasi interactive. So, I want you guys to ask kasi that's how you learn. So, kung may gusto kayo tanongin, go lang. So, I'm going to discuss today Taking Pitfalls 101 kasi apparently, di ba, na pag-usapan nyo na rin naman before yung systems at saka yung technicals, di ba, with Trixie and Migoy. So, I'm going to yeah. Ba't hindi
Hindi na nagbunot. Baka naka-extend ka.
Paano ba? Ayun, so, na-discuss na sa yung technicals at saka yung systems. So I'm going to discuss one of the most important aspects in yung trading which is psychology. So, maraming parts of psychology. I'm just going to discuss one part, which is yung pitfalls in trading. So, sa totoo lang, it's very difficult to be a trader kasi ang daming kailangan kang gawin for you to trade, not just the system. You also need to learn to control yourself. So that's why psychology plays a big part in trading. So before I start, ano yung tingin yung common pitfalls? Kasi nagkaroon na naman kayo ng experiences sa trading, di ba? Nagkaroon. So ano yung mga tingin yung common problems na piniface ng mga traders? Huwag kayo maya, okay lang. Kahit mayami na nun. Huwag kayo maya, okay lang naman eh.
Overtrading.
Overtrading one. Ano pa?
Chasing prices.
Chasing prices. Not cutting losses. Two more. Oversizing. Actually, sobrang dami. So I'm just going to discuss 5 eh. Pero there are a lot of trading problems that traders encounter. So, ito yung mga i-discuss ko. Apparently, sabi na naman kanina yung slow to take losses, chasing prices, overtrading. Ito, favorite ko to number 2 analysis paralysis eh. Tapos revenge trading. So, psychology is very difficult to teach kasi hindi siya objective eh. May halong control sa sarili. So, mukhang simple lang yung sasabihin kong mga solutions or yung mga workarounds, pero it takes experience and it takes a lot of effort from the trader to actually master it. Kahit sobrang tagal mo na dito, kahit let's say sobrang alam mo na yung system mo, alam mo na yung gagawin, if you fail at this part, at psychology part, then you're not going to make money. So what is trading psychology? Yung simple definition lang is emotional and mental state in trading. So, important siya kasi the trading system that tinuro na nila Migoy at saka Trixie is parang 10% lang siya ng kailangan mong makuha for trading eh. Siguro mga 60% doon is psychology eh. Kasi if you know the system, parang sabi nga yung isang senior doon is, if you know the theory, pero pag wala kang act, or pag hindi mo inactionan yung theory mo, wala yung sense. Kasi analysis paralysis magiging tawag doon eh. Psychology must not be taken lightly kasi ito yung siguro pinaka-important part ng trading. Kasi if you don't know how to control yourself, eventually you're going to make mistakes. You're going to allow the market to expose your weaknesses. Execution and consistency are also a result of proper mental preparation, which is also part of psychology. So why is it important? It allows traders to be in solid control of the execution. And if, let's say, naging emotional na kayo or yung psychology nyo compromise na, then the trader will lose control of the trade, which allows him or her to make mistakes. Parang domino effect na yan eh. Pag wala na kayong control sa trade, it means you're subjecting yourself to the market which makes you commit more mistakes. So, ayun. So anyway, ito, one quote by Jesse Livermore is, reasonable people act unreasonably when they are afraid, and people become afraid when they start to lose money. Their judgment becomes impaired. Pinaka-important na naman dito is yung reason, judgment, at saka fear. So more of emotions na naman to eh. Sinasabi na naman dito is, when your reasoning becomes affected, your emotions will take over. It removes the objectivity of the trade, thereby affecting your judgment. So when your judgment is affected, then you won't be trading in an optimal level. So para lang siyang cause and effect na kahit may system kayo, kahit perfect pa yung plan nyo, pero if you become emotional at the trade, then lahat yung tapon eh. Parang ganun. Okay pa ba kayo? Gets ba naman? So again, trading is very difficult kasi yun nga eh. Emotions yung magiging kalaban mo dito eh. So, psychology, system, risk management, lahat yan part of trading, moving parts eh. So, if you become a trader, you have to understand all these before you master it. Eh. And ito yung pinaka-mahirap i-master kasi it involves yourself, your ego, accepting na tatanggalin mo yung mga bias mo. Kasi lahat naman tayo may bias eh. So, ang tanong is, sino ba tama? Tayo o market? Di ba market yung tama eh? Kasi kahit anong opinion natin sa sarili natin or sa isang stock, if the market says otherwise, then if hindi ka nag-adjust, the market will punish you. So first, slow to take losses. So this one is VUL chart. So ina-emphasize dito sa slow to take loss yung emotion of fear. Ay, sorry, hindi fear, hope. Sorry, next slide pa yung fear. Hope to. So, you really can't control the outcome of a situation sa trading. You can only control the process. Meaning, if may gusto kayong outcome na mangyari, if it doesn't happen, then you need to adjust eh. Kasi kahit gusto nyo umakyat yung isang stock, pero if it doesn't, and you feel na tama kayo, ano gagawin nyo? Di ba parang, hindi kayo mag-a-adjust, parang, hindi, tama ako eh. Hindi ko ilalabas yung stock, mga ganun. So if you fail to adjust with the market, then you're going to take a big hit. So, nangyari dyan is ganyan. So, if let's say hindi kayo mentally prepared to take the loss, dyan kayo magbebenta. Kasi mag-hope kayo eh. Parang, hindi, tama ako kasi ang ganda naman ang setup eh. I mean, setup naman, so everything is there, volume, tama ako eh. Parang ganun. So, pag let's say natatalo na kayo, hindi, babalik yan eh. So, ano yung nangyayari pag ganun? Di ba emotions na yung nag-aano sa inyo, di ba? Emotions na yung nagko-control sa situation, sa trading yun. So ano nangyayari pag emotional na kayo? Wala na yung objectivity ng trade. Hindi nyo nasusundan yung plan nyo, lahat. So, etong trade na to is hoping na to, then if you hope, and you puke it all out, di ba masasaktan kayo, di ba? I mean, ang sakit, talo ko eh, di ba? Ang problem is, pag natalo na kayo ng malaki, ano yung mangyayari next? Matatakot na kayo matalo. So yun na yung next problem. So ang ano dyan is, if a trader refuses to accept the loss, then subject siya sa more emotions, which will give him more problems in the future, especially on the fear side. So, reason is, yun nga, slow to take losses, hoping that the price will bounce back, not ready to accept that you're wrong. So yung solution nga is proper mental preparation and acceptance that trading is a numbers game. You lose more than you lose more often than you win. So ang mangyayari dito is, marami kayong makikitang proper mental preparation na solution. So I'll explain this mental prep later. Lahat naman ng solution sa problems ng isang trader is mental prep eh. Mukha lang siyang madaling sabihin, kailangan may mental prep ka. Pero mahirap siyang i-fully master kasi ang daming moving parts eh. So, ito yung, kasi di ba usually si Sir Lo nagsisend ng mga tweets every day regarding psychology din. So, ipapaste ko yung mga previous 5 tweets na sinesend niya eh. Kasi it's more of psychology. So, ito yung dati niya sinend. So, what plagues the typical trader is not the poor understanding of risk, but the poor understanding of probability. Di ba, naturo naman sa inyo na most of the time, mali naman tayo sa trading. Siguro mga 60% of the time. So, ang mangyayari dyan is, if you know that you can be wrong, at least you remove the emotion from it. You treat trading not as an outcome-based, but as a process-based approach na panalo-talo, panalo-talo. Walang kwenta yan eh, kasi mananalo ka sa trade, matatalo ka sa trade. Pero ang important is, alam mo yung probabilities na pagtalo ka, okay, tanggapin mo na lang. Pag kumita ka, okay, tanggapin mo na lang. Basta at least positive expectancy ka na, alam mo may mas malaki chance matalo, so at least mas mabilis ka mag-take in ng loss. Ayun, ganun. Questions? So next is, eto lahat majority based on my experiences as a trader, so makikita nyo naman. So, analysis paralysis naman yung next pitfall ng isang trader kasi it removes the capacity of the trader to make money. Bakit kayo naging trader? Kasi syempre, kailangan kayong kumita. So, I mean, you need to make money. So how do you make money? You need to trade. So, ito yung chart na to. Kasi ito yung mindset ko during the time na nakita ko yung chart na to. Maganda naman eh, about 10 day, may malaking volume, tapos may story. Pero ito yung nangyari. Inisip ko na, nag-overthink na ako. Umakit na 4 to 8 yung stock. Extended, parang extended na kasi 100% in 1 day. Parang gano'n. Hindi ko bilhin. Pero, na-miss ko yung move. So, ang nangyari dyan is, nagkaroon na ako ng bias with the trade. So, yung mga biases ko, it allowed me not to execute the trade. Pero sa totoo, if you look at it objectively, it's a setup naman eh. Parang gano'n. So ito, too much thinking yung problem dito sa analysis paralysis. So reason is, yung kanina di ba, slow to take losses. So nangyari doon is, pag natalo kayo ng malaki, ayaw nyo na yung feeling ng matalo eh. So papasok na yung fear of losing na, ayoko na yung parang ang sakit matalo, so gusto ko perfect entry. Gusto ko lahat dapat pasok. So, pag ganun, nagkakaroon kayo ng parang problem of thinking too much, tapos yung gusto natin perfect entry. Pero sa buhay naman, walang perfect eh, di ba? I mean, eto nga, gusto ko nga gawing perfect yung presentation ko, pero habang lumalapit yung presentation ko, ang dami pa rin pwedeng ilagay eh. So, wala talagang perfect. It's just, i-allow mo yung sarili mo na okay, bilhin ko na lang, or okay, represent ko na lang. Tapos bahala na mamaya kung may mangyari, di-adjust, matuto, parang gano'n. So solution is again, mental prep. And also, do your homework, know the story. Kasi may mga stocks na parang feel mo, dami mo ng biases, pero if you know the story, if you know the catalyst, if you know everything, di ba tinuruan naman kayo ni Leonard ng fundamentals? Parang gano'n. So again, yun nga, moving parts lahat, so may technicals kayo, may fundamentals, to psychology, tinuturo ko. So, lahat yan important sa trading. Pag may isang kulang, hindi kayo magsasucceed. So, just execute the setup. Risk parameters are in place if you're wrong. Ito, hindi ko ito kinuha kay Sir Lo, pero Michael Jordan siya eh. So, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed it. So I failed over and over and over again. That's why I succeeded. So for you to learn, you need to execute the proper setups. And from there, dun na kayo makakabuild ng experience. Eh. Kasi if you don't execute, you won't learn. And if you don't learn, you won't succeed. Parang ganun. Wait lang. Baka may mag-viber. Anyway, so, nasan ba ako? Okay. Okay. So, all answers, so lahat naman ng solutions, it looks easy eh. Pero actually, it takes experience for you to understand psychology. It takes time, it's difficult to teach. Pati naman ako, matagal na ako dito, lagi pa rin akong hostage ng market eh. So if you don't exert extra effort in understanding how you manage your emotions, how you understand your psychology, how to remove your biases, then you won't you won't go far sa trading. Ito, revenge trading, ano rin siya eh, isang pitfall rin siya, kasi ito, Under Armour, I tried it many times, hindi ako kumita. So, ang nangyayari dyan is, it's more of a bad habit because you're not trading to make money, you're trading to prove to yourself na tama yung setup mo. So, it's an ego kind of trading na you want to validate yourself na tama ako dito eh. I mean, maganda yung chart. You want to validate na, setup ko to eh. Dapat kumita ako dito eh. Parang gano'n. So, in and out ako sa UAA. Yun, perceived setup ko siya before, reversal, tapos gusto ko i-validate sa sarili ko na, tama yan. So, nangyayari is, hindi na siya, nawala na yung objectivity ko eh. I was trading to prove a point, which is wrong. Na-miss ko yung big move. Parang gano'n. Okay. So yung reason nga is wanting to be correct, and trading to be right, not to make money. Basta always remember that the market dictates the outcome of the trade, not you eh. So mawawala yung ego niyo pag in-accept niyo na yung tama lagi yung market eh. I mean, may gusto ko yung outcome, pero if hindi mangyayari yung outcome na yun, kaya nga sinasabi nila trading is an expectations game eh. More of that your trade, you have an expectation for the trade, and if it doesn't match, may sinasabi na yung market sa'yo eh. Parang sinasabi ng market sa'yo, mali ka. Pag sinabi ng market sa'yo na mali ka, pilitin mo pa yung sarili mo na, hindi, tama ako eh. Eh di, mas dudurugin ka ng market, parang gano'n. Wala naman kasi siyang emotions yung market. So, kahit sino ka pa, sasaktan ka niya. Wait lang. Ang problem nga sa revenge trading din is, yung mental focus nyo, mapupunta siya. Sabihin natin na lagi kong binabalikan to. Pero ang dami namang setups na umakyat eh. There are lots of other setups that moved eh. Sabihin natin scratch lang ako sa trade na to. Pero ang daming opportunities na nawala kasi lahat ng mental focus mo napunta doon. So, mawawala yung objectivity mo rin to buy the other stocks na pwede. So, ito yung one problem of the... Actually, pinaka-problem sa revenge trading is yung mental focus nga eh. Not the amount that you will lose or you will not make, but it's more of other stocks na, ang dami mong stocks na pwedeng bilhin eh. Kung nakafocus ka dito kasi you want to validate yourself, then sayang yung opportunity. Ito yung sinabi nga is, new traders try to prove they are right, rich traders admit when they are wrong. Pag mali na yung, let's say, ito, sinasabi lang naman dito is pag master trader ka na, pag mali ka, move on, next trade. Pero pag, let's say, kulang ka pa sa psychology, pag mali ka na, hindi, tatama ako dito. Parang ganun. Hindi, tama tong trade na to. Tama ako sa setup ko. Babalikan ko siya. Parang ganun. So next is chasing prices. Important, kailangan natin hindi nagpakilase na ako. So, yung chasing prices, there are two kinds. Chasing prices with a plan and chasing prices when emotions take over. Ano yung mali doon? Di ba yung chasing prices when emotions take over? So, if you're chasing prices, pero may plan ka sa pag-chase ng price, meaning your risk is adjusted, your size is adjusted to chase the price, then it's okay kasi you have a plan in place, may plan ka for selling, buying. Pero if you're chasing prices na wala sa plan yun, na nakita nyo lang, na na-FOMO kayo, yun ay mali. Kasi first of all, fundamentally, mali na yung trader kasi it's not part of the plan. Hindi kayo mentally prepared. Unless sophisticated na kayo. Parang, kasi di ba may sinasabi nga na consistency, sizing, breadth, sophistication. Anyway, mag-guess yun na pag-trader kayo. So, yung consistency first eh. So in order for you to get consistency, you have to follow the rules first, basics. So ito naman, ang nangyari dyan is chasing yan. Pero yung isa may setup, yung isa wala. So yung dalawa naman yan is more of bumalik. Pero first, the risk management will be in place to keep the losses small if may setup eh. Pero if walang setup, let's say ito, parang bumili kayo dito. FOMO na to eh. Ito naman, quiet day naman eh, so baka may chance eh. Pero ito, risk management naman eh. So I guess, if you're chasing with a plan, meaning, okay, hintayin ko talaga yung breakout, adjust size, okay lang eh. Pero if you're chasing, wala sa plan, tapos hinabol ko, doon tayo magkaka-problem. So reason is fear of missing out. So solution again, i-dive ko mamaya yung proper mental preparation. Kasi proper mental preparation na naman important eh. Mahirap lang gawin. Awareness of the fear of missing out. Once na aware na kayo doon, pwede nyo nang i-stop yung emotions from taking over you. Di ba nga may kanta, di ba? It's just... Anyways. Basta yun. So, parang pag emotions na yung nag-take over, yun. Mangyayari na yung mga masasamang pwedeng mangyayari. So, sinabi nga ni Warren Buffett, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. So, wag kayo sa impatient, doon kayo sa patient. Kasi syempre, pag let's say na impatient kayo, bibili kayo. Tapos syempre, bibili din kayo ng mga patient kung binenta nyo, kung sinuwa nyo din. Although may moving parts naman, eventually if you get to stay here and understand the logic of the prices and also the fundamentals, may mga times na pwedeng maghabol, may mga times na hindi. Pero basics muna tayo, consistency. So overtrading is revenge trading. Paulit-ulit ko lang dito tayo kasi wala namang talagang reason for the overtrading. Pwede naman isang buy lang yan dito. So, bebenta lang din. Nangyari is, binili ko, tapos syempre, ayaw gumalaw, labas. Next day, bibilin ko, ayaw gumalaw, labas. Bibilin ko ulit, ayaw gumalaw, tapos labas, tapos aakit na siya. So, ito yung isa sa mga trades na malaki talo ko 2 months ago. Ang nangyari dyan is, in-overtrade ko siya kasi may gusto akong mangyari, pero ako yung nagbibigay sa stock, ganito dapat gawin mo. Pero dapat di ba yung stock magsabi na ako na yung gagalaw, hindi ikaw yung magsasabi kasi you're just a tiny speck of the market eh. Parang ganun. So nangyari is, mukha siyang square lang, pero pag in-add up nyo lahat yan, malaki. Bibili ako sa 45, lalabas ako sa 41, 37. Bibili ako sa 46, lalabas ako sa 43. Bibili ako 47, lalabas 45. Bibili ako sa 46, lalabas 46. Tapos yun, umakit na siya sa 60. Bibili pa lang ako doon, lalabas ko din. So overtrading na siya. So, hindi mo alam, nagiging emotional ka na sa trade na yan. paulit-ulit eh. Kala mo maliliit na yung talo, pero if it all adds up, yun yung masakit. So, check ko yung notes ko. So yun. So, the overtrading, maraming kinds yun eh. Jitters, probing, wala kang magawa, fear of missing out, mga ganun eh. So, maraming reasons for the overtrading. So, pero if objective naman kayo, may plan naman kayo, hindi kayo mag-fall dito sa overtrading eh. Plus ito pa, itong chart na to, sa totoo, probe lang dapat eh, pero full size eh. So, part of the problem is the oversizing. So, another trading pitfall is falling in love with the stock. So, you felt attached, and dyan na. Doon na yung problema. Pag na-attach ka na sa So, eto din eh. Umakit naman siya pero in-overtrade ko lang eh. Parang na-jitters lang ako eh. Pero if you look at the bigger picture, okay pa naman yung setup niya eh. It's just, hindi ako kumita. Kasi nga, in-overtrade ko siya in the intraday, jitters, bili, parang malalaglag. So I was micromanaging it eh. So micromanaging and jitter solution is look at the bigger picture of the trade eh. Trade with, ito yung pinaka-important eh, trade with a purpose eh. Bagong shirt natin, di ba? So, trade with a purpose, it means the trade should have a reason behind it. So, if let's say yung reason mo is you're going to probe, then probe lang dapat. Pero dapat may reason ka for the trade. If hindi mo mabigyan ng reason for the trade, FOMO na yun, overtrading na yun. So, look at the bigger picture of the trade. Proper mental prep din yun. So it was my thinking that made it, sorry. It never was my thinking that made the big money for me. It was always my sitting. So, may hindi naman sinasabi lahat ng market sitting daw. Pero, may mga times na bili lang, tapos let the stock move based on what you expect it to be. Tapos kung within expectation, then hawak lang. Pero kung minamicromanage mo yung stock, tapos then you're reacting to the stock on a tick per tick level, mali na yun. So other trading pitfalls, yun yan, averaging down, style drift. Ito, bago pa lang under trading. So we're trying to figure out how to identify under trading. Bottom fishing, oversizing. So marami pa iba, hindi lang to eh. So there are a lot of pitfalls that traders commit. So lahat to, more of the psychology part eh. So if you expose yourself to the market, ang daming pwedeng kayong gawing kalokohan eh. Kahit yung mga magagaling na traders sa house, marami pa rin kalokohan na ginagawa. Pero they are aware of it and they can act on it immediately. So, ano yung proper mental preparation na sinasabi ko eh? Kasi lahat naman, the proper mental preparation will prevent you from committing silly mistakes eh. So, kahit pa paano, siguro 70% to 80% of the clutter, of the possible pitfalls that you're going to experience, mawawala siya if you have a proper mental preparation. Again, mukhang madali sabihin, pero it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of self-discovery to have a mindful, purposeful mental preparation. So ito yung naisip ko lang. So, may pre-market, during market, and after market na mental prep. So yung pre-market is have a plan. Of course, if you don't have a plan, sure, kahit papalusutin kayo ng market isang araw, hindi kayo papalusutin ng market in a bigger scheme of things. So, lahat naman to more of the mind and the body and the soul. So have a plan, buying, selling, and set expectations. Read the news. Study the companies that you are buying. Read some more. Talk to other traders and know what's on their minds. Meditate, exercise, pray. Pero marami yung ibang traders na may iba pang ginagawa, pero more or less covered na to nung mental prep na you have to really understand what's going on. Pre-market pa lang. Kasi if you just have a plan, pero wala kang, hindi mo nakikita yung overall news, hindi mo alam yung binibili mo, hindi ka pa nagbabasa masyado, hindi mo chine-check yung, wala kang growth mindset na kasi ang lately ko lang na-realize is if you talk to other traders, you can get your best practices and just get what's on their mind. Tapos, baka pwede sa system ko. So, important to. Maraming mga kanya-kanyang ginagawa naman yung mga traders pre-market. Like ako, nagkakape muna. Tapos, gusto ko mag-isa So, mapag-isa lang, mga gano'n. So, kung introvert kayo, then huwag kayo kumausap. Kakausap na lang kayo siguro pag mga nandun na sa 9 o'clock na mga gano'n. So, iba-iba yung ginagawa ng mga different traders for how they do the pre-market. Pero kailangan talaga may plan, magbasa ng news. Etong exercise siya, meditation naman, ginagawa ko rin pero as of now, sinashare ko effective pa yung meditation. So, mukha namang okay. So, prayer naman. Next is market hours. Ito, ang thinking mo is pre-market Dapat lahat na in place na More of, pag nasa trading ka na, ano na yan Game on na yan You just execute the plan Pero syempre, habang nag-execute yun ng plan, you have to know the temperature of the market How the market is doing Pero if let's say nasa sophisticated side ka na, kunyari na master mo na yung 3 levels, then pwede ka mag-look for opportunities based on what the market is giving. Assuming lang na talagang you're with the market na parang feeling mo, same ka na mag-isip with the market. Alam mo na yung talagang pwede ka na magpaka-sophisticated Pero pag hindi ka pa ready magpaka-sophisticated, just execute the plan. Dito ako nadadali kasi dito parang nag-iisip pa rin naman. Daming biases ulit. Pero kaya important yung proper mental prep dahil dapat doon tanggal na lahat ng bias mo Pag nandun na yung pivot, bilhin na kagad. After market, evaluate your plan mindfully. Entry, exit, selling, managing, mga ganun Journal. Also, kung gusto kong kayo after the market guy na nagpa-plan, then do your planning after market. Siyempre, read overall news again, study. Laging may constant learning Lagi kayo magbasa dapat Read some more, talk to other traders, meditate, exercise. So, yun yung important pa rin na kailangan pa rin kayo magbasa, mag-usap. Tapos sabihin natin natalo kayo ng malaki. Ako kasi minsan parang pag natalo ako ng malaki, pupunta ako sa Siam, mag-isa, bibili ng milk tea, mga gano'n. So yung mga alone time na, mga hassle na, mga gano'n. So may kanya-kanya naman kayo ginagawa after market. Tao lang naman tayo, di ba? So may mga times yun naman na nagkakamali din tayo Siyempre. Di kanya-kanya kung gusto nyo mag-binge eat, kung gusto nyo inuman, or basta yun, after market naman So may kanya-kanya. I mean, this proves na rin naman na tao lang mga traders din I mean, may human side Hindi naman lahat parang seryoso Talagang nag-have fun, pwedeng basketball, mga ganun. Or pag sa mga babae, pamasahe. Spa, mga ganun. Mga ganun lang. Ha?
Para pag panalo.
Ayun, pag panalo, syempre. Pero sa totoo naman, dapat flatline lang. Pag kumita or talo, dapat steady lang. With the flow lang. Okay lang. Dapat hindi mahalata kung kumita or matalo kayo. Pero let's say, kunyari, erratic yung behavior. Pag nanalo, hindi wala. Hindi mag-roadshow. Hindi, joke lang. Basta pag kumita kayo, dapat kumita matalo, flat lang. Pero syempre, again,
Hindi mag-humility.
ha? Hindi mag-humility. Wala. Ako kasi mas focus ako sa talo So pag natatalo ako, mas napapagastos ako, mas Pero pag kumikita ko, parang nakakalimutan. Dapat nga ito, mas mag-celebrate Hindi ako nagsiselebrate pag nagsiselebrate ako. Hindi ako nagsiselebrate. Mas gumagastos. Mas may reason na ako. So, yun yung aftermarket. So, importance of the trading plan is gives the trader the mental preparation to execute, removes the emotions in trade, and provides blueprint for evaluation. So, lahat ng Sorry. Ba't ko kasi? So, anyway, importance of gives the trader the mental preparation to execute, removes the emotions in trading, at saka provides blueprint for evaluation. Kaya important yung trading plan, again, it's not easy. You have to master how to plan the trade. Play the plan the trade. Eto, may mga quotes ako papakita and I want you guys to understand kung ano yung quote na yun. And gusto ko makita kung ano yung emotion na pinapakita ng quote na to. So, nandiyan na yung sagot eh. Pero anyway, so, ano yung emotion dito sa quote na to? Fear, di ba? So, mukha siya mahaba pero madali na explain eh. The effects of fear on one's behavior are obvious, limiting one to the point of complete immobility. If you can't execute your trades properly, even when you perceive the most perfect opportunity, it is because you have not released yourself from the pain contained in the memories of past trading experiences. And because you still don't trust yourself to act appropriately in any given set of conditions. If let's say, okay, if you did, there would be no fear or immobility. So fear is one of the greatest enemies of the trader. You have to be objective. You have to accept na matatalo ka sa trade. But if you have complete control of your emotions, you take your losses quickly, follow the plan, then a loss is just a loss. Move forward. Or if you take the loss personally, it will haunt you in the other trades. Galing, no? So more of, ang ano lang dyan is, emotions allow the trader to commit a lot of mistakes. So ito, fear. Ito, ego. Don't be a hero. Don't have an ego. Always question yourself and your ability. You have to have the ability to accept na pwede ka magkamali. And if you don't question yourself, magkakaroon ka ng time na feeling mo tama ka, ignore mo yung market, tapos dun, ano mangyayari mamaya? Ano mangyayari? Matatalo kayo kasi you ignore the market. Don't ever feel that you are very good. The second you do, you are dead. I mean, okay lang magka-confidence. Nothing wrong with the confidence. Traders need to have the confidence. Kailangan may sort of swag yung trader. So, but yung hindi lang maganda is if excess na yung confidence eh. Mayabang, parang feeling mo tama ka na lagi. Doon ka it's a disaster waiting to happen. Daming cliche. So yun. Ito naman. So kanina ego, the other one is fear. Ito. Being wrong is acceptable, but staying wrong is totally unacceptable. Being wrong isn't a choice, but staying wrong is. So we always make mistakes eh, but staying in the mistake, mali na yun. To play any game successfully, you have to have some skill, an edge. But beyond that is money management. Good traders manage the downside, they don't worry about the upside. So risk management siya. And also, when you're wrong, no ego, move forward na. Next thing. Ito naman about cutting losses. The elements of good trading are cutting losses, and cutting losses. If you can follow these three rules, you may have a chance. Kasi sa totoo, hindi lang naman cutting losses eh. Risk management kasi to eh. More of other factors pa, technicals, fundamentals, risk management, sentiment, everything. Pero important yun kasi yung you always allow yourself to trade the next day. Meaning, don't allow yourself to have that big loss. Kasi alam naman natin at numbers game and trading, maraming times matatalo tayo. Pero small losses, positive expectancy nga ito. Small losses, big gains, small losses, big gains, small loss, big gain. So to sum it all up, yung sinend ni Sir Lawrence kagabi is yung the top causes of big losses in trading. I hope na tackle ko naman yung iba kasi ang dami pang pwedeng i-tackle na pitfalls which you will experience when you become a trader if you guys want. Too stubborn to exit when proven wrong. I think na-discuss naman to. Too much ego to take a loss. Okay. Too much hope for reversal. Hoping. Reversal. Hope. Trading too big. A position size. Oversizing, hindi ko naman in-depth na natakal. Pero oversizing. Buying a downtrend. Selling short in an uptrend. No trading plan. No trading system. No discipline. So again, you need to have a system, you need to have a plan, and you need to control your emotions. Marami pang pwedeng pag-usapan about the psychology of people trading. So this is just one aspect. Meron din yung growth mindset, how to have a growth mindset. Meron din yung, well, yun lang yung naisip ko ngayon. So, yun lang. So, any questions? Magla-last day na kayo sa Friday. Magtanungin na yung...
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
When you talk about analysis paralysis, how does that, what's the cause why analysis paralysis occurs?
Based on my experience, it's more of fear of losing talaga. Yung you validate yourself based on the trade, meaning you don't want to suffer a loss because it will reflect who you are. So if you remove that part of the emotion sa sarili nyo, I guess, mas madali na kayong maka-execute. Kasi you look at the outcome, not the process. Meaning, pag nakikita ko na yung trade, inisip ko, if talo ako dito, baka ganito yung mangyari. Or if you just trust the process of the trade, I guess it will be easier. Pero yun yung sagot nga, it's more of the emotional part of what happens when you lose and the emotional roller coaster that you'll experience if you lose. Pero if you're objective enough to accept nga na losses are part of trading, then madali na lang tanggalin yun. Although sinasabi ko, mahirap siya kasi meron pa, I mean, lahat naman ng traders may kanya-kanyang problems Pero it takes effort din sa part ng isang trader to acknowledge the mistake. First step is awareness The next step is how to manage the potential red flag. Kunya, may mga traders na oversize, na mahilig mag-oversize, mahilig mag-chase. May mga traders na may analysis paralysis. Pero if these traders are aware of their problems and acknowledge it, I guess it will be easier for the trader to solve it. Pero hindi ka agad. More of slow and steady steps. Parang ganun. Nasagot ko ba, sir? Any questions? Okay, thank you.